You want from a prize fight here. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Miss with that jab. Big hooks upstairs. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You just see the nerves on a fighter stepping into the ring, Tom. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And then look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
Good counter punching. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Nice counter shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
To beat a counter puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Didn't land that jab. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. When you're training to fight a swarmer, you've got to focus on your conditioning because they will push you to the edge of your limits.
You are fighting the swarmers. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving a man a chance that shouldn't have one.
Oh, Roman Gonzalez is hurt. And down goes Chocolatito. Now that is a massive knockdown. Let's take another look.
You're right, Todd.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are right.
So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round. What do we expect to see here in round 2? Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Just missed with that hook. Both men step back for just a moment. Nice counter shot. Not a lot of punch out, but thought there might be more action here. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? That counter punch caught him clean. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brain.
Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Couldn't land that jab. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Misses with that uppercut. Those counter punches have to hurt. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Gonna need a knockout.
The bell.
On to the third. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get...
Whoa, Johnny! El Gallo is hurt! And right back into the fray.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Good counter punch. There's a counter shot. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. You'd like to see more jabs. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Estrada is in trouble. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got...
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Chocolatito just got rocked. Shot and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Gotta wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's gonna be. We just saw it.
To make or break a fighter.
Mind back on the job. That was a terrible round, that was.
Back at it in round 4. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything. 4 full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
A perfect counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. A perfect counter shot. Trying to land that jab. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
A perfect counter lands. This is a high-octane battle. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
That jab misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you think you come...
There's the bell to start round 5. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Just misses with that jab. Counter punching. And he just missed with that left jab. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
The charts action from both of these fighters. El Gallo is hurt. This fight's still continuing.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Swing and a miss for that jab. Good one. Well done with that counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Big round, now relax. You were thinking, you were smart.
Stick him in the end of your jab and then start gathering your pace.
There's the bell to start round 6. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
There's a counter shot. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Insane action. Beautiful counter shot. They are giving us a high-tempo show. Beautiful counter shot. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges, judges going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Swing and a miss with that jab. Well done with that counter shot. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. We'd like to see more jabs. Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Just misses with that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Now you gotta go back out there and lose the match. You gotta get out there.
Yes, I like that round. Good round, you feel good.
Here comes round 7. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
fighter is sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Both men step back for just a moment. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. There's a counter shot. No rest for the weary. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Nice counter. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. When are we going to see a jab from these two? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
Forget about it.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. He threw a punch and just got countered. Those counter punches have to hurt. He threw a punch and just got countered. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Estrada is in trouble. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
I've got to see that again.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Listen to me. Are you okay?
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. Then he's out of there.
Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out. And there's the bell for round 9. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff it.
Punch, counter punch. That left hook misses. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they throw them non-stop.
This can be so frustrating when you're in such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Missing with that jab. He just misses with that jab. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
A shot from the gods took him out.
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Caution being thrown to the wind. Didn't land that jab. Ten seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. A lot of work needs to be done in this corner. 2 knockdowns in the last round.
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody off.
You're much better than that guy. You're much
Good work.
And there's the bell to start round 10. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
They exchange punches. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
El Gallo is hurt. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Catch and shoot. Can't score with that right uppercut. And he scores with the counter. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Catch and shoot. Nice exchange here from both men. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. And down goes Chocolatito. I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give me your glove.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Some might have thought the fight a little bit closer, but the